What's going on, guys? Geoff here from the Hookup Tackle. Today I got some very exciting news. We just got in the brand new PB Rats, both the 2-piece and the 3-piece. Now, as of recently, I've been fishing with these rats, and I have to say these things are super dope. Very unique style of rat that I've fished before, and so today we're going to be talking about why I like these rats, how I fish them, and show you guys some catches. So if you guys are ready, let's go.
Welcome to the Hookup Tackle. The Hookup Tackle is the world's largest showcase of Megabass products, featuring baits and colors not found at any other dealer. The Hookup also offers a wide display of OSP, Evergreen, Depths, Lucky Craft, Jackal, and many more. The Hookup Tackle is owned and operated by family, is staffed by guides and verified tackle nerds who love helping anglers elevate their craft. If you're in the Phoenix area, we'd love to have you stop by our showroom and check out the wonderful world of Megabass and the Hookup for yourself. If you shop online, there are almost 10,000 SKUs of Megabass products alone, with hundreds of other companies and new products being added daily. So next time you're looking for that hard to find bait, that color your fish have never seen before, or maybe you just want to elevate your game, look at thehookuptackle.com.
Okay, so when I first started throwing the PB Rat, I started off with the 2-piece version. Now, the reason why I was fishing the 2-piece version was I was fishing a lot of the urban spots around my house, and around those areas I would notice a lot of small rats or small chipmunks that every now and then would go into the water, and they were about this size. So out the gate, I was like, I know this 2-piece will get bit as long as I fish it hard. And right out the gate, I caught a couple early on at night, like right before sunset. So right away, I knew that the 2-piece was gonna get absolutely crushed. And then next thing you know, I go out to the lakes and I catch a pretty nice one on it right away. So the bait will work whether it's at your urban spot or at a big lake. This bait just draws fish, calls them up, and gets absolutely crushed. On that nice one that I caught, it was a wind-blown point, super windy, and yet that fish was still able to see this bait and absolutely crush it. So awesome bait. I love it. It's a very light bait. I mean, for the size of it and everything, it looks like it could be heavy, but it's made out of a very lightweight resin. So the bait is only 2.5 ounces, so you can really throw this on really any heavy set rod that you might carry. So it's an awesome lightweight rat that you guys should be able to fish on a lot of different rods. So that's the 2-piece. Now, after catching those fish on the 2-piece, I was like, all right, let's give the 3-piece a shot. Obviously, it's a lot larger just because you have that added middle piece in there. So it makes it just a bit bigger of a profile. But not just profile is the difference between the two rats, is the sound that it makes. The 3-piece has this very unique sound that I haven't heard from any other rat, where a lot of rats are just that knock. This has such a unique sound, you guys will have to just hear it. And honestly, I think that sound just sounds like it should get crushed. Like, I can't explain it. You guys will just have to fish it. But as soon as I picked up that 3-piece, I fell in love with it. And I haven't even picked up my 2-piece in a while. That 3-piece gets bit, both small fish and those bigger grade fish. Daytime, middle of the sun, or early morning, the fish are looking up and they're wanting to hit this.
You guys can consistently catch fish that big out there.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts. You would think Illinois, dude.
Dude, I know.
Oh, get him.
Big one?
No.
No.
He hit it like he was big. Oh, he crushed it, dude.
Oh, nice.
3-piece PB rat. Obviously, it's a pretty, big profile. It's got a long tail in the back. It's got the wide body. But for some reason, it doesn't matter. It's going to catch you fish. I haven't fished it yet at some of my urban spots, but I definitely want to try it out there to see if those urban fish will hit it just as hard as they did the 2-piece. So these rats are super, super sick. We're going to have quite a few different colors right now in stock. So you guys check them out. Now you guys might be wondering what setup I've been throwing with the rats, and since they're both very similar in size and weight, I found that really any heavy or even extra heavy swim bait rod will do just fine. So this is the Megabass. This is just the blackjack as an example of a rod that I'd fish. Something with a light tip so it can load and cast very well with the rat. But then it has that backbone, so if I do hook a nice fish around a tree, I can hit that fish and get it out of that area as fast and as quick as possible before that fish gets stuck in a tree. So if you're fishing around cover, you definitely want to go with like an extra heavy. I mean, when you're throwing these rats, when you think of a rat, you're thinking, oh, a rat might come out of a tree, or it's up tight against like some rocks and it fell in. So those fish are going to be in that nasty stuff. So you definitely want extra heavy or a heavy swim bait rod to pull them out as quick as possible. So this is just the Megabass Blackjack, super dope rod. I need to get one to fish it. The reel, as you guys saw in the video, I'm fishing a round reel. It's a Megabass. It's a Lenten seat. It's pretty much the same exact thing as this Daiwa Ryoga. The Megabass reel is literally just the same frame as the Ryoga, just Megabass has teamed up with Daiwa and made it. It's the same exact thing. So I like to go with a slower gear ratio reel because when you're fishing these rats, I find that they fish really, really nicely when you just slow work them. You can crank them down if you reel it a little bit faster, but I really like my rats to stay right on top of the water, waking it. So that slower gear ratio reel, because a lot of times we like to just pick up and start reeling really quickly on some of these faster gear ratio reels. That slower gear ratio reel will just help you slow down and keep that rat up on the surface where I really think these fish want the bait. So nice, slow, steady retrieve. They come up and hit it. So that's the setup, the rod and the reel. The line, nothing crazy. I am fishing 20-pound FC Sniper. The 20-pound will definitely handle both size rats. Again, they're not that heavy at all. So the 20-pound fluorocarbon, now I know what you're thinking. Well, fluorocarbon in top water shouldn't really work. It's a rat bait. You're going to throw it out there. It's not like you're going to let it sit there and just wait. I'm casting it and I'm starting my retrieve straight on with the bait. There is no slack. I like the fluorocarbon overall just because it does have that instant, when I get bit, I'm going to drive that hook home right away. That's why it's really important to have a lighter kind of tip rod. So when that fish eats the bait and it loads up, you're not just ripping it straight out. So 20-pound fluorocarbon is what I like to fish with. Another rod that you guys can also check out, the Megabass Destroyer Mark 48. It's a pretty badass rod as well. It's a 7'8". The rating on the rod is 1 to 5 ounces, so it's like a heavy set kind of rod. It's got, again, that light tip, so it will load and cast the rat really well. But when you do get that bite, it's gonna load, bend up, and then you can hit them pretty hard when they actually get hooked. So There's a couple different rods you guys can check out, but anything in that heavy to extra heavy is gonna do just fine. So a lot of question when it comes down to rat fishing is the worm. And obviously if you fish it hard enough, the worm will eventually rip off. Now a lot of the rats will come with a spring that's inside of it, just like this one. You just twist the worm on there. This is just a cream lures worm, but you can use like a trick worm as well. It'll do the same exact thing. Just a floating worm will do just fine. So if you guys do lose your tail, it's not the end of the world. And I've seen even when, you know, the rat will lose the tail, the fish aren't gonna be like, oh no, I'm not gonna hit that. They'll still hit it even without a worm on the back. So that's just another thing. Now the rats, they come with incredible hardware, good split rings. The hooks that they have on here are the ST36s. If these hooks ever really dull out or bend out, I stick with the same exact hooks. ST36s. Sometimes I might go with the 35s, but the 36s are really some of the best sticky sharp hooks out there in regards to you know, big treble hooks. Now the size that I'd put on like the 3-piece, I'd probably have a 1/0, size 1/0 in the front, and then a size 1 in the back. You know, nothing huge, not really big hooks, but it's got a good profile that if a fish comes up, it will most likely get hooked. On the 2-piece, I'd probably go with a 1 in the front and then a size 2 in the back. Now, sometimes just because of how the joint is on this bait and they're really close together, the hooks may hang up, but it's probably, for me, I've noticed it maybe 1 in every 30 to 50 casts that it'll actually hang up. So it's pretty good on not hanging up and not fouling. The rats will come with a really nice snap as well, so I fish mine with and without a snap. I haven't seen that much of a difference. That is the new PB rats, both the 2-piece and the 3-piece. So check them out. We'll leave links down to everything that was said in this video down in the description below. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and peace out.